Soft skills are really interesting in Tarkov. They provide a large variety of benefits for your PMC, whether that's more stamina, strength, perception, and alongside the physical skills, there are plenty of skills related to mechanics and weapons. Every class of weapon has an associated soft skill that provides benefits when handling the weapon. But out of all the weapons to level up, bolt-action snipers are by far the worst to level up in this game. Bolt actions are some of the most enjoyable and satisfying weapons in Tarkov because they require an elevated level of both patience and accuracy. They're not full-auto rifles that can make up for bad aim with magazines of ammo to spew in a direction. If you miss, there is a decent chance, depending on your location, you might be dead. You only have anywhere on average from 5 to 10 rounds to make the shot, and you need to manually cycle each round after you fire, so shot placement is key. What is not so enjoyable about them is leveling up the related weapon skill. Sniper skill, at least out of all the different weapon skills, is easily the most annoying and tedious to level up. Even just getting it to 3 takes a lot of time. If you're going for 7 or even 9 sniper skill, well, you might be a bit of a psycho to get it that high. But let me ask you a question. Does reloading a Mosin or any other sniper non-stop for an entire raid to optimize how many points you get towards your sniper skill sound fun? It should not. Because it isn't. And yet, that is the best way to level up your sniper skill. Really? Like, it blows so much that this skill levels up the way it does. I have some ideas as to how I might adjust the skill so it's not as boring and tedious. For one, landing headshots on enemies would yield more points than they already do. And the points you earn scale with distance from the target. The further you are, the more points you earn. It's silly that you could hit someone from over 350 meters away with a headshot, whether it's a scav, player, raider, rogue, and it does not take into consideration the distance between you and the enemy. I don't get rewarded for hitting a really nasty shot, which just feels wrong, so I would try to rectify that if possible. Now obviously there would be a measure to put in place so you can't farm your friends for the skill points. It would check if the person you killed has partied up with you, or even if they were on your friends list maybe. That might be going a little too far, but still, it would be nice to have some of that potentially. Overall, I would just try and adjust some of the values so that actually shooting a sniper rifle feels good and rewarding. You can land really clean shots, get some loot, and you get a bunch of sniper skill on top of that. It's a win-win. Now, diminishing returns would also kick in really hard if you go for a crazy far headshot and get a shit ton of skill points. But on paper, it at the very least sounds better to me than just spamming reload on a Mosin or M700, or whatever sniper you like to use. Because right now, besides the tasks that give you a bunch of sniper skill, there are only 3 ways to earn points towards the skill. Landing hits with the weapon, reloading the weapon, or removing a round from the chamber. It would be nice if these values were just increased when you interacted with them, because besides leveling them up for their respective quests, the actual benefits from the skill itself are not that impactful. Improved recoil for a bolt action is almost useless because you need to cycle the round after every time you fire. Weapon switch speed can be a potential lifesaver, but it's only 0.8% per level up to a maximum of 40%, so you'll not feel it until much later down the line. And who's gonna go past level 9 sniper skill to see these benefits in full with the way it's leveled up now? Reload speed is nice, but again, if you have 5 to 10 rounds and you're in a safe distance, reloading is almost kind of a non-factor. And probably the most beneficial aspect from the skills is increased ergonomics. This is actually especially useful because it means faster ADS speeds, as well as being able to hold your weapon longer before you run out of stamina. Unfortunately, this is only 0.2% per level, up to 10% at max level. So again, a nice bonus, but unless you sink an exorbitant amount of time into snipers, you will not fully feel the benefits that much. The elite benefits are interesting as well. Well, one of the 2 benefits are. For the first 3 seconds of scoping in with a bolt action, you will have perfectly steady aim, no matter how much or how little stamina you have left. You will always be able to have a couple seconds of accurate shot placement. The second elite skill is just having your mastery points with the gun be earned twice as much, which, mastery from my limited knowledge with how it works is more for the animations of weapons and showing that your PMC is more proficient with them and can maneuver the weapon more efficiently. One example of this is the M4, and how when you have fully emptied a mag, if your mastery is 0, he'll use his thumb to press the button on the side and cycle the next round. But if you're at level 1 or even level 2, he uses his palm instead to quickly press the button, making it feel like your PMC is much more comfortable with the gun. And as someone who geeks out over small animations like that, it is awesome to see them in the game. Too bad with guns like bolt actions, you won't likely ever see the full fruits of your labor. I think in reality, it's just how slow the skills level up in the game that bothers me. The methods to level it up make sense. You're handling the weapon and landing either hits or kills with it. Makes plenty of sense. But it certainly feels arbitrarily high for no reason other than to slow down the quest progression associated with the skill. Which sucks, because imagine how cool it would be to have a really high sniper skill and be able to swap weapons on the fly if you think someone is creeping a little too close for comfort. Or to naturally have snipers with higher ergonomics so they can be generally handled better. It's something that is on the table for adjustments at least, something particularly challenging to adjust or balance in general, just some overall number changes and tweaks, which is nice. Do I think we'll get those? Yeah, who knows at this point, honestly. Bolt-action snipers are a fairly balanced weapon class. Their high damage and potential lethality is marred by a slow output of rounds and the need to be accurate with every shot you take. I feel as though people have the least to complain with bolt actions in terms of them potentially being overpowered, but if there was one aspect to them I think the community would all rejoice over is having their skill level up faster than it currently does in the game. Now, it doesn't have to be a crazy amount, but make it so that reloading the whole raid isn't perhaps the most efficient way to level it up. Give some of the interest to the weapon class back to it by making the skill scale with shots landed, where, and how far. That's all I'm asking, but who knows. Maybe one day we might be able to meet in the middle and, figure something out, but until then, just keep pressing R on that Mosin. You'll get to level 9 eventually. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and I hope to see you in future ones.